You refuse to split the dinner bill after ordering the most expensive items? So my coworker Jake always did this thing at our weekly team lunches. He'd order like he was feeding a family of 5, then suggest we split the whole bill to keep things simple. This had been going on for months. Every Friday, same routine. Jake would get multiple appetizers, the most expensive entree, extra sides, dessert, and at least 2 drinks. The rest of us would order normal portions and end up subsidizing his feast. We all complained about it in our group chat, but nobody ever called him out face to face because he was technically senior to most of us, and we didn't want workplace drama. Last Tuesday was different though. Our manager Steve took the whole sales team to this upscale steakhouse downtown to celebrate closing our biggest deal of the quarter. There were 8 of us total, including a couple new hires who'd never experienced Jake's dining habits. The restaurant was fancy. White tablecloths, leather menus, the kind of place where water comes in wine glasses. Steve told us to order whatever we wanted since the company was covering lunch as a celebration. Everyone started ordering pretty reasonably. I got a chicken Caesar salad for $18. Most people went for burgers or pasta dishes in the $22 to $25 range. Sarah from accounting got the fish tacos. The new guy Marcus ordered a club sandwich and seemed worried even about that. But Jake? Oh man. Jake saw this as his moment. First, he orders the tomahawk ribeye, the 65 one that serves 2 people. Then he adds the lobster mac and cheese as his side for another 24. Before anyone can even process that, he's telling the server, let's start the table off with your deluxe seafood tower, a $45 appetizer that nobody asked for. I'm watching the server write all this down while everyone else just stares. The new hires look like they're calculating their rent money in their heads. Throughout lunch, Jake keeps ordering 2 craft cocktails at $14 each, a side of truffle fries. He even gets dessert, some $16 chocolate thing with gold flakes on it. The whole time he's talking about his big commission check that just cleared, how he's looking at new cars, maybe taking a vacation to Europe, really laying it on thick about his recent financial success. When the server brings the check, Jake immediately snatches it up before Steve can even reach for it. Whoa, guys, this is more than I expected, he says, doing his fake concerned math face. Looks like we're at about $85 each with tip. Not too bad for a place like this though, right? I watch the color drain from Marcus's face. Sarah starts nervously checking her phone. Everyone's doing that thing where they suddenly become very interested in their water glasses because nobody wants to be the one to object. That's when something clicked in my brain. Jake had literally spent the entire morning bragging about his commission bonus. He'd been showing people his bank account balance on his phone. He'd made jokes about buying rounds of drinks later. So I stood up, smiled real big, and said, you know what, Jake? Since you've been celebrating that huge commission check all morning, and since you were just telling us about how well you're doing financially, why don't you pick up the whole tab for the team? We'd really appreciate the gesture. The entire table went dead silent. Every head turned to look at Jake like they were watching a tennis match. I could see the panic in his eyes. Our manager Steve raised an eyebrow and leaned back in his chair with this little smirk, clearly interested to see how this would play out. Jake's face went from normal to bright red in about 2 seconds. He started stuttering, but here's the thing. He'd painted himself into a corner. He couldn't say no without looking incredibly cheap and selfish in front of our boss after spending 20 minutes bragging about his windfall. Everyone was staring at him expectantly. The new hires were looking hopeful. Sarah had this barely contained grin. Even Steve seemed amused by the whole situation. Jake cleared his throat, tried to force a smile, and said, yeah, absolutely. My treat, everyone. Happy to celebrate with the team. You could feel the relief wash over the table. Marcus actually said thank you like 3 times. Best chicken Caesar salad I ever had. Jake never suggested splitting